this is all working and stuff. I don't see I don't see anything. Can you guys see me? Says we're live. Huh. I don't see the camera. Huh. I don't know. I don't know why you guys can't see nothing. Of course, I haven't been on this in a long time, so now my stuff's not working right. Huh. I am not sure why the camera is not working. Can you guys, some people are in here. Can you guys see anything? 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 I think maybe it's just my end. Let me know if you guys see anything. I'm going to give it a minute or two, and then I'm going to make some adjustments. What's up, everyone? Can you guys see the fire? Can you see my face? Anything at all? Can you guys see anything at all? Yes, someone said yes. Well, I can't see anything. What do you guys see? Do you guys see the fire, or do you see my face? The fire. Huh. All right, well, I guess that's fine. It just doesn't work on my end, which is not quite an issue. Anyways, for those who are new, just joining and stuff, this is the Lost Cryptids Conservatory, and my name is Blake. And for those who have been monitoring this channel for a while, I am back again in the woods. I'm back. I'm alive, still kicking it. Gotta say, this little time off from being live and keeping in touch with you guys has stretched out a little bit more again. But I gotta say, I got a few surprises for you guys coming up, though. Yes, sir. We've been in the woods. We've been camping, having fun. Got some interesting audio, knocks, vocalizations. Oh yeah, baby. So tonight I decided to go live, check in with you guys. I know it's been a while. Been out walking around for several hours now. I finally settled in, got the fire started. Actually, testing out this little camp stove. I mean, it works pretty good, actually. So we are out here listening and looking for Bigfoot, Sasquatch. so far. Not much luck. But it has been raining, it's been cold, it's a little windy. So I'm not quite sure how it's gonna look, if it's gonna buffer on you guys or not. Like I said, on my end, it's not really working. So I've been out here looking for Bigfoot. I'm gonna spend the night. I'm underneath of a little tarp system I got going on, and trying to see if this little campfire stove that I can carry around is gonna keep me warm. It's gonna it's gonna drop down to about 34, 36 degrees tonight. It's about 43 and going down. So I got some wood and all this and I prepped up ready to go. I've been walking around for a couple hours now, so I figured I was gonna relax and go live, check in with you guys, test out the fire, and then after I'm done talking with you guys, I'm going to cook some stuff over the fire with this little prong, and hopefully not freeze my butt off tonight. But I am going to. I got more tarps and stuff that I could wrap up in, and I'm going to lay down on a tarp and wrap up in. We'll have this sucker going most of the night, and so this is pretty cool design. This is the Ozark Trail little 7-inch outdoor fire pit. It kind of has a little bit of one of those like rocket stove designs that swirls and heats up the gases. It burns the gases, so it's actually a smokeless uh, fire. Um, and it's portable and stuff, and it's contained, it's easy, and you're not damaging the ground or worrying about gathering rocks to set around a fire and stuff. And this thing is really nice. I can put it up into the tarp system that I got underneath the tarp, get it right up close to you, as a survival tool, a survival gear. This is pretty nice because I could just wrap up in a tarp blanket and have this right around me and be pretty warm, no problem. So that's why we're gonna get it started, get cooking and stuff. And I figured I'd talk to you guys for a little bit while I'm out here. Can you guys let me know if you're still able to see anything? Just because I want to make sure that you guys aren't staring at a black screen, because that's not really any fun. Get in, give it a couple moments. I might actually just restart the stream. That way I can see it, make sure everything's going correctly. But I don't know. We'll see. I figure most of the people are going to be showing up now are going to be new people, as I'm on YouTube Live. So if you guys can just reconfirm that you guys are able to see something other than a black screen, and we can go on from there. Otherwise, I'll just restart this and we'll talk about Bigfoot and some of the stuff that's been happening recently and audio finds and stuff like that, and the plans that we're going to have for the summer for looking for Bigfoot, Sasquatch, everything in between. We're actually going to have interesting change of plans, event plans this year too. So that's going to be pretty fun. So yeah, just let me know if you guys, if you are able to see the fire, you're able to see my face. Just want to make sure you're seeing something. Anyways, I do. Maybe I should try that. I guess I could put a poll. Anyways, I do have the thermal out here. I got the night vision. I got all the equipment out and stuff. Audio recorders running right now. So if anything happens while we got the fire started and are warming up, um, that will be recorded and stuff. And then if I hear anything right now, obviously I'll jump on the high end thermal. We'll go out there and look and see if we can see anything on the thermal camera. So yeah, we got the audio going. Actually just started picking up here in these ducks and geese over there. But it's been a really quiet night for the most part. Not much activity. Seen a couple of deer, got that on thermal camera. Possum running around. And that's about it. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I'm glad you can see the fire. It just it kind of bugs me that I'm not able to see anything, and because I won't be able to tell if things aren't going properly. But no, I'm out here warming up, looking for Bigfoot, testing out the this little fire pit, portable fire pit. See if we keep warm underneath the tarp system, which basically we're just underneath the tarp because it was raining earlier, and keeping the wind off of us just a little bit, not much. So that's what we're actually doing. Yeah, Bigfoot for real. I was out walking around for a while now. I'm coming down to rest. Started up the fire. I'm actually gonna cook on it once I'm done with the live, and I'm gonna spend the night right here. And I'm gonna lay a tarp down, kind of sandwich in it, keep this thing going, and hopefully not freeze my butt off. But yeah, we have audio recorders going. I got my thermal here. Got my night vision ready to go. I've been walking around. I'll walk around after I eat food and stuff too. Put some miles in, and hopefully something happens. That's just the name of the game. We're in an active Bigfoot hotspot with multiple reports uh, spanning decades in this area. And I actually just got a brand new report from a person I just met that's about 25 years old, but this is the first time this report has ever been told or taken. So, pretty awesome stuff. I'm on kind of actually hoping to get out to the exact area where the sighting took place. Potentially, I'm not sure if the person wants to be on film or not. I haven't asked them yet, but it's kind of one of those things, that is Bigfoot for real? Is it real? I started talking to this guy and stuff over the course of a couple days, and I told him I look for Bigfoot and all that, and he out and around in some places where he knows, and he he gave me that look like, and he even said I've never experienced nothing. I've never seen anything. I've been outside all my life hunting and fishing, and and I was like, give him the old, well, you never know. Trust me, man, they're out there. And anyways, a couple days go by, and shooting shooting the shit, and we're in a car ride, and all of a sudden, I had to start bugging him about Bigfoot, start mentioning it, and asking him, you really never experienced anything crazy out there while you're in the woods and stuff? And I kind of thought about it, and he's like, you know what? He's like, yeah, you know what? There's this one time. He said I was riding my dirt bike on railroad tracks and stuff back in the day, and routine all the time from his house. And he said this particular corner, he went around this corner. All of a sudden, he's seeing this huge guy in a trench coat, and he freaked him out for some reason. He got this heebie-jeebies about him. He turned around on his dirt bike and sped out of there. And I kept questioning him and stuff. He's like, I was laughing. He's like, you seen a big guy with a trench coat, huh? He's like, well, I mean, now that you're mentioning it and you're talking about Bigfoot and you're describing it and stuff, he's like, yeah, it was a big guy, 7 feet, massive. He was wearing all black, and he said what stuck out the most is I couldn't see the white of his face. He said his face was all black. He said, he's like, I got out of there, turned around, and I was waiting. He said I was waiting for him to walk down the railroad tracks because my house was right there, and he never came. And he's like, there's nothing but swamps and water over there, marsh and swamps. So he kind of, I could tell, this was 25 years ago, but still, he could tell him looking back and remembering and kind of freaked out. And I asked him, if that was a guy in a trench coat, have you ever looked at another man and ever felt scared, uneasy? And he's like, no, of course not. He's like, but that time he did. And so I asked him, what was it doing? He said it was walking towards him. He went around the bend. He was not on the railroad tracks, but beside it, driving parallel, and the creature was on the railroad track, standing up, walking towards him. Arms were swinging a little bit, but it wasn't doing nothing crazy. Not like the Patterson walk. So, but arms were pretty long, stuff not crazy long, not abnormal long. But he said it was a pretty massive dude. He thought, but the more we got talking, he's like, what, that probably was a Sasquatch. And so his parents still live on the property and stuff, so I might hopefully we'll see and maybe get some access. Maybe at least go to that same spot, at least check where the sighting was. Maybe get him on film or something if he wants to, but if not, there's still that sighting and stuff. So that's awesome, awesome and stuff. And I know exactly where it happened, where it's at and stuff. So, and it's on private property still. They actually own a lot of it. So, been kind of busy and stuff. And the real reason I've been taking a break and stuff, honestly, is because well, I haven't had much time to reliably come on here for you guys. And uh-oh, I don't know if see, this is the problem. I'm not sure if it froze or if it actually is working right. All right, it says we're going now. But yeah, so the last, I think I was gonna do a live show on the Bigfoot and government and stuff in the last, oh shit, it was a couple months ago now. And I meant to jump on live sooner and all that, but I mean, I got to be honest, I was just wasn't really feeling it and stuff, wasn't feel like going live all the time and stuff, and wasn't feel like I was bringing you guys the best that I could have, the best of myself, the best of my ability and stuff. So I decided to, actually just take a break, refocus on myself, and not come back, not go live, not give you guys crap and stuff. And so that's actually the real reason why I took a break and stuff. Focus on myself, going out here. Actually, haven't really been out much during the winter as much as I thought I was going to have at nighttime, at least, between different schedule conflicts and fixing up the blazer. they didn't really work out too much, nighttime expeditions. So, but over the last 2 months and stuff, we got some things going. Got some pretty interesting clips, audio. We're out here camping and stuff. We got a lot of different places planned. The conference this year is most likely going to be a camp out conference. We're going to be at the campground. There is a stage. We are going to be able to have a conference on stage and stuff. We're also going to be at a private campground and stuff too. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I think that's what is going to be happening September ish. I'm not sure. It might be pushed back later, actually, like October, but we're going to see. Just depends on a couple of different things, really, mainly just other events taking place. But in the meantime, we're put some more wood in here, out in this particular area, and then maybe next week or the week after for sure. I'm gonna plan to head up to a different area and with another area of how crap this is going out, another hotspot area, and hopefully have some activity up there. I haven't been up there in oh, about a year actually, so we're gonna go up there and hang out with some buddies if they're able to make it. Scheduling conflicts is always nice. But I gotta say, I've been enjoying the time off from you guys. I've been enjoying the time in the woods by myself. Been doing a lot of solo stuff. Um, it's really bright out right now. Just noticing that the fires are died down. It's really bright out. It's cloudy and stuff, but so yeah, like I said, I've been refocusing on myself to bring you guys better content, a better version of myself, and not listening to the waterfowl go off, and not bringing you guys crap, honestly. So that's why I kind of just stopped doing what I was doing because I just wasn't feeling it, honestly. And the most again, doing lives and all that, and that's not where Bigfoot's at. Bigfoot is out here. Bigfoot is out in the woods. I'm not gonna, not much is gonna be accomplished from doing live shows and podcasts and all that stuff. So I really just wasn't feeling it, doing that stuff and not focusing my time and effort out here and spending nights where, there was times where, I'd go live with you guys and I could be out here and stuff. And so that's why I've been refocusing myself, and plus had to fix up cars, all that, good stuff. So there's been times where, going live was not really the priority, but I gotta say, I've we caught some good stuff. We've caught some good stuff. Got some good tree knocks, actually vocalizations, triple knocks. This is new stuff that happened in September with our conference and stuff when we took the Tracy and her husband out. Uh, awesome stuff that happened during the daytime, and awesome stuff that was captured at nighttime. Some stuff that wasn't captured, but they were able to witness it. But we definitely have got uh, responses to our knocks. My vocalization got responses, multiple responses to us knocks. This is just some crazy stuff. So you guys are gonna be able to hear that. I'm coming out with a couple different videos that I've been working on, been finishing it up on. We got a lot more stuff that we're planning for this summer, and we're gonna be doing a lot more solo stuff live. I there's some places like this next place I'm trying to go to. I probably won't be able to go live. There's a lot of places I can't go live. That's why I'm just sitting here. Because if I walk around and stuff, you guys are just gonna buffer out and gonna be gone. But even right now, I don't have 5G. I got 2 bars, so hopefully it's okay on you guys. But yeah, I got 2 bars and stuff, so um, hopefully it's all right. But we're gonna do some filming. There's some new areas that we're gonna check out actually tomorrow, and I'm gonna invite a bunch of researchers to come out for some summer expeditions and stuff this year, next year. There are some quite unique places that I definitely need. The more researchers, the more probability that we could capture some great stuff by multiple people and have some great collaboration because they are here, guys. They're in multiple different areas. It's just hitting it up and hitting it up consistently. That's the biggest thing. You keep hitting it up, and all of a sudden you'll get stuff, and then bam, won't be nothing. And then you keep hitting it, bam, you get stuff. So, I've been getting a lot of cool stuff lately, but I'm not sure if tonight's gonna be good or not. And temperature is dropping. It is definitely like 30, probably 38 degrees now, 39. This is actually doing pretty good. It's warming myself up now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I need to add a wall, my extra last wall, or close this down a little bit so the heat actually stays in here a little bit longer and more. But it's actually not too bad. It doesn't hold doesn't hold a lot, but it works. It's easy, portable. You don't have to have a huge campfire, all that crap. So for stealth camping, it's just well, not stealth camp. It's just dispersed camping. Sorry, it's perfect. Perfect little thing. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know, man. It's been a while. I'm sure you guys have some questions and all that. I'm sure you guys been wondering. There was a comment I think yesterday I haven't got back to, but he was like, "Where you been?" And I was like, yeah, I should go live and stuff." He's like, "Well, already been out and about in the woods and stuff. Let me just go live today. Test this little thing, anyways." And Bat Mom, you were gone dodging the YouTube drama. Apparently, apparently, there's drama all over the place. But yeah, that's one thing that has been quite nice is drama and all that, and it's not worth it. Not worth the time. Not worth the effort and all this, or hoaxers and all that. I mean, gosh dang, there's a dime a dozen, and every time you take a step, there's more that sprout up. So That's why I'm out here. I'm out here getting smoked out by this damn thing now because it's not working. It went out. I'm gonna have to put you guys down and give her some TLC. Give me a minute. But yeah, no drama. Focusing on stuff out here. Finding Bigfoot, finding evidence to show you guys. Too much talking on, podcast interviews and stuff, and just not much stuff getting done. And I really just didn't like I said, I didn't want to give you guys crap. I felt like I wasn't giving you my all. And so by taking a break and focusing myself, and doing 10,000 push-ups in December, and being out here, trying to get out more during winter, but hitting it hard lately. Encountering stuff, hearing stuff. It reinvamps you and stuff, because Bigfoot's out here. He's not on the fucking internet and shit. So, uh, and I gotta admit, I was getting kind of bummed out and stuff because of gatekeepers and all this bullshit, and uh, a lot of, a lot of, a lot of people who will act like your friends, and they're not your fucking friends, man. They just use you and want to use your information and use you and sap you up until you got nothing left, and they hang you for dry. So that was kind of pissing me off a little bit and getting me bummed out, not wanting to like I said, go online and share stuff, because that's where all the bullshit is out here. It's so refreshing and stuff because it's like none of those fucking people are out here. You know, most people talk a big game and stuff, but they out here underneath a fucking tarp, freezing. It's gonna get almost 32 degrees out, and I got tarps to sleep in. And it's really just enlightening and revitalizing that a lot of people use each other, or need what you need, because they're not out here doing anything, experiencing anything, you know, alone in the dark by themselves as they walk around, and they hear the knocks, and they hear something walking around, and they hear grunts walking and stuff. I'm ready for it. So we've been hitting it hard and stuff. I say we. It's literally just been me, me and the Bigfoots. So so uh, so yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm going through, about finished up almost all the audio, and uh, I'm pretty sure there has been more tree structures manipulation and stuff that's been placed on the trail that I usually set my recorder. Um, so we're gonna. I'm excited and stuff because I've actually waited all winter for audio recordings because I don't want people to follow my tracks in the snow. So I just started putting the audio recorder out back in the special spot, and I'm pretty sure when I went and grabbed it, it only recorded one night, which was weird. But they looked like there were some new sticks on the trail where I walk, where they weren't there when I placed it. So it's it's pretty exciting stuff because that area has produced a insane amount of sounds and weird stuff and um, craziness. All right, let me read some of the stuff that you guys have been typing because I actually haven't read any of it yet. I wasn't not worth the stress and energy. It muddies the waters. Lately, I have been hearing wood knocks, and like I said, with the audio equipment, tree manipulation placed on the trail that goes up to it and stuff. So hopefully, I haven't checked that audio yet, but hopefully, maybe there was something on it. It only recorded one night, which is weird. Um, Texas Jack 1886 says my area went dead last couple of years. No more knocks or tracks. I think the hogs displaced them as they've gotten worse. The hogs destroy the underbrush. I imagine that they like for cover. Yeah, good food source for them, but and there's several different. I mean, it's like right now. It's like, man, I'm pretty sure it's 12 o'clock right now. I've been out here. Well, I've been out here messing around in this particular spot since 6, and there's nothing been going on since the entire time. And usually when I'm in a spot or I'm walking around at nighttime and stuff, usually something happens, between 10 and between 10 and 2, but usually something will happen at like between 10 and 12, and then they'll stop, and then like they'll come back around after an hour or two. That actually happens quite often in different areas. We've noticed where we'll get activity like at 10 to 12, like early in the morning or early at night, and then like they go off to go do whatever, and then they come back after they're done, and then we hear them for a little bit, and then they go run off before it's like 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. And then after that, everything dies down. But since nothing's happening right now, I really don't think anything's going to happen tonight. But that's why we run the audio recorder, because who knows? All right. It just depends. I think really, as long as the water source is clean, you know, they don't really move out of areas for too many reasons, less people and pollution or food source. But yeah, that's probably the wind. There was a little bit of a, kind of like a rustle, but there's a tree creaking, creak barely because of the wind. So I think that's probably what that was. We'll see. Batmom says I'm all one for making it known when people are full of crap, but you can only say it so much. The betrayal of so-called friends will harden you. You will end up not trusting anyone, and that's hard. Yeah, that's been my issue actually. Ever since day one and getting into the Bigfoot community, coming out, because before I came on the internet, I would just do this by myself, and the whole reason why I went on the internet and it was just to show people, hey man, this is what I experienced. Hey, this is what happened to me, and it has been nothing but bullcrap and betrayal of so-called friends and associates, and just people using you. And I have to say, I've been guilty of falling for just not really wanting to trust anyone, really, because I just don't want to deal with any of the bullshit anymore. From my equipment getting stolen, from threats, threats of violence, threats of stealing property, all sorts of shit. I've been threatened to be attacked. I almost was attacked one night, but He never touched me, so I didn't have to defend myself. But yeah, yeah, there's just bull crap. It's not. It's there's like 10% of researchers who call themselves researchers are actually professional enough to go out there and do the job that needs to be done. The rest, they'll go out and party or bullshit, or it's all just bullshit. And I'd rather just do it by myself. James and Tyler, my buddies and stuff, they their only issue is work schedules, so that's why they can't come out, and they're not on the shows and stuff. But they're still good and stuff. There's nothing wrong there. It's just like we all got lives of our own and work schedules. So, but here in the next couple weeks, we can hopefully all join together and stuff. So you guys see a little bit of them. Those are some ride and dies right there. They won't. They're not about that crap, and so it's really hard to find people who just want to find Bigfoot. Not in it to you know steal crap or be the one to find it or fuck. I found a hair. I've told the story too many times, but it's fine. It's just you learn and you better yourself, and like I said, you focus on yourself, and that's all that matters. So let's see, what time is it? 12. Wood. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. So it's supposed to be a smokeless thing. Once it gets going, it's become smokeless. But alone in the dark and by yourself makes you a nutter. Yeah, you got to be a little nutty to be looking for Bigfoot by yourself in the middle of the night, away from everyone, and it definitely makes you well acquainted with yourself and your fears and anything that's on your mind and everything else. It all comes out in the dark and stuff. So that's why I love coming out here too, because it's a mental block that you face. You come out here in the dark and you feel like everything's right there. It's gonna come and get you, and of course it's not. It's not. But at the same time, you're like until you until your brain relaxes after a couple minutes, and it's like, oh yeah, there's nothing going on. I'm overreacting and stuff, and your eyes adjust to the darkness, and it gets brighter and stuff. So you don't have to be so nervous and all that. Green reflection from the flames across. Huh? I don't see anything. It's pretty bright and stuff. I mean, I'm just hearing little snaps, a little snap over there again. But the wind was, you guys can't hear, but it's barely picking up. So if I keep hearing some stuff, I'll bust out the thermal and give it a flash. Mm. Grandmom says I felt like I was thrown to the wolves when I got with one of the Bigfoot show hosts living with him. Yeah, yeah. Traumatizing, eye opening. There are. That's just how it is. Everyone's kind of in it to make money and content and subscribers and blah 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 blah. It's cutthroat. It's really cutthroat. Yeah, Jason Anderson. Yeah, definitely, bro. That's what I'm into. Look for Bigfoot and stuff. And I have been pushed out of the woods. I've been chased. I've chased Bigfoot. I've been chased out. I've got bluff charged. I've had stuff thrown at me. Actually, me and James having a rock thrown on us that we filmed during the daytime that you can watch right now. It's on the channel. Um, There's lots of stuff. Actually, there's a lot of evidence that I'm about to show you guys uh, that you guys haven't seen or heard, and uh, this is brand new stuff. There's some old stuff. There's never before released stuff. There's um, other witnesses, evidence and stuff that they gave me. Yeah, yeah. There's quite a lot actually. I filmed Bigfoot running around on both sides of me. Um, that's the title of one of the YouTube videos. I've um, there's been lots of different group trips that I've hosted and we've that I've planned and we've took and with different researchers here in Michigan over the years that we've all witnessed stuff and I'm filming and capturing it and people are hearing stuff, seeing stuff, we're getting stuff thrown and uh, there's one good vocal knock that I've shown in a live stream a couple times, but you'll see in the video where a group of us with the dog are out in Michigan, and you hear this perfect massive knock, bam, and the dog runs up, and everyone's like, "You hear that? What was that?" and stuff. Perfect knock and stuff. No wind or anything. I mean, it is surprising just how much stuff that we've caught here in Michigan. We've caught on the channel that I've personally witnessed and filmed, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. And and you guys are gonna see it. You guys are gonna hear it, all that. Bat mom, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you can do that, if you shut the lights off in the basement, you gotta run up the stairs. You get that same feeling. Yeah, you get that same feeling when you come out here and you shut the lights off and you go dark and you start walking around on in the woods, and that is your brain, your primal brain telling you there are things out here that are gonna eat you and hurt you. But rational brain is gonna say, calm down, relax. You gotta think about there's nothing happening yet. There's nothing happened, so you're okay. And so the more that you fight against that fear, the more that you're gonna build up the mental fortitude to be better, to come out here, to be more fearless and stuff, and to overcome um that paralyzation that can affect you when you're in that fear mode, and you can't operate as effectively as if you were if you're not as scared. So by simply fighting against that and pushing and trying to stay in a dark room as long as you can, um, it helps build resistance against that fear or quitting and really rushing out and getting away and saying nope. So it's getting cold now. I'm gonna try to scoot. There's my pads. I'm gonna scoot this a little closer. Oh, I'm also gonna have to make some adjustments where I'm gonna have to close up this because it's getting cold now. I'm gonna have to wrap up in my put the tarp around me and wrap it up in here. My mentality is in the brush is nothing's gonna happen to me because the GoPro is rolling and I'm not lucky enough to catch anything on camera. Yeah. You know what's funny? Is that is 100% accurate is there's been so much stuff that has not that I personally have not captured that instantly happened like seconds after shutting the camera off or moments before I'm trying to turn the camera on. With Tracy and her husband this last September at our Bigfoot conference when we went out at nighttime. We went out during the daytime and captured some stuff. We went back to that same place at night, and as soon as we got out of the car, there was a whoop vocalization, and her husband like adamantly was like, "What was He's like, Do you guys hear that?" He's like, "I- Was that for real?" He's like, "Was that for real?" He's like, "That just happened." I was like, "Yeah," and I was like joking. I was like, "Yeah, they probably recognize us from earlier, and they know that we're back, and we're what we're doing. We're out here looking for them." And uh, through that hike and stuff, we heard vocalizations and tree knocks and stuff. Now, I did have my thermal camera and night vision and stuff, and we didn't see anything close enough to be seen, which is really weird. But at the same time, we did hear some knocks and stuff, and they weren't like super close right next to us. So where I expect to, if I point my camera, it's gonna show up. But um, we were having activity and vocalizations in the area and stuff, which is more to that mystery of what's really going on and stuff. So yes, yeah, different places and stuff, different tree species also won't have very good root systems and stuff like that, depending on how saturated the ground is. Are more easily able to fall and storm damage and stuff like that. But trust me, when you get activity and you're hearing knocks, it is not the same as a tree breaking or cracking or splitting. And I work in the tree industry. Uh, I've never heard a knock on the job site, and I've heard plenty of trees creaking, exploding, falling, breaking. Um, it's just a big difference. There's 100% big difference, especially if you hear something running away. On Tyler's recorder, he has a recording um, of something doing a tree knock, and then something like the limb that he uses breaks apart and falls on the ground. So we got some crazy stuff that it's just not natural. This is going down again. I gotta stir it. Some more stuff in there. All right. Well, if you're having trouble being interested or being out in the woods and stuff, most of the time, you should have just enjoyed nature and stuff. I mean, Bigfoot is really, percentage wise, really not gonna make his appearance known to you and stuff. I mean, I think that the more that you go out there, the more that you show yourself, the more that you conduct yourself in a way that is approachable and stuff. They get used to you. You start doing like once you start looking for them, and once they like say if they tree knock or they do something and you acknowledge that they're there, and they start noticing that you are noticing them. I think that's when it really picks up. Activity picks up, um, and you're more likely to get interaction that way because they're curious and stuff like that. That has been my approach for forever, and it seems to it seems to pay off more often than not. And to the effect of where they've been going to the same areas for years and stuff, and I do feel like they definitely recognize me, but that doesn't mean that they are active all the time. Every single time I come out to different spots, they don't always do stuff for me. It's a bunch of circumstances that all have to work together. I mean, they have to be in the area. I have to be in the same exact spot. They have to be willing and wanting to interact and stuff. They, like I said, they have other priorities. They might be going to do stuff, hunting, gathering of stuff, more priority than messing with Blake. Messing with Blake. Oh, he's out here again. Let's mess with him or something. There's other priorities and things that they have to do first. So it's all happenstances, and what mood they're in. How fatigued they are. I mean, it's just not as simple as calling for Bigfoot. This thing going back up again. Percentage in my 35. All right. I'm going to get off here pretty soon, guys, because I want to get some food. My phone is going to be dropping, so I got to charge that and all that. So, I'm sorry. I was reading Jason's. It says, "I'm out, brother. Really don't even like to think about them. You give off energy that makes them come around." Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I've just always been interested in looking for Bigfoot for a very long time. So I do think they are able to, like dogs and cats, read people, energy, or just mannerisms, probably facial expressions of people. So if you're out here and you're angry drunk, they're probably not going to want to, you know, do stuff with you. But you have better attitudes and stuff like that, and think they're more open to do stuff. So yeah, Brown Springs. I've always been interested in going there, just because there's a lot of different people say there's stuff there and all that. Yeah, pill crawlers and the rake. I've experienced those, and we got those here in Michigan. Uh, that's something I don't want to. I mean, I'll film it, but I don't want it to be getting too crazy now. Yeah, there's some places that we go to that the vibe changes completely when it's nighttime and everything's so thick. It just looks crazy. I gotta get this thing going again. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get this fire going again. I'm gonna cook some food, and then I'm gonna go walk around again, and we'll see what happens. But I'll try to go live again here. Well, uh, actually, I'm not gonna promise anything. I will just go live here when I can, and I think I'll be back in the studio, and we'll have some interesting stuff to show you guys and all of that. And I will also be doing a Bigfoot in the government video and stuff too, so that will be on its way. But thanks for joining and stuff. I will definitely stay safe, and if anything else crazy happens, I'll try to go live. So if I do go live again, I guess you guys know that there's something going on. But anyways, thank you for everyone for joining, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night and weekend, and God bless each and every one of you. Now I gotta figure out how to shut it off. All right, take it easy, guys.